Viewers, how you doing? Harmless here, and today I'm bringing you guys back with some more Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And today, what is going to be happening is I'm going to be giving my opinion about the game. Now, I haven't done one of these because the fact that, usually I don't know, it's really something that I just have to get off my chest, that it's just really bugging me about. And I don't know, it really sucks when when it comes to the point where I have to make one of these videos, basically. um I don't think I did it for Ghosts. I might have did a few rant videos, but I've never given my opinion about a game because I never really was one to give it. But this one, I just think I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna get right into it. So basically, what I think of this game is I think it is something different. I think it's fun in its own way to an extent, but once you put competitive into it, that's when I start to get into it. But I will leave that for a little later. So basically, the game itself is pretty fun to play. The campaign wasn't half bad. It wasn't the greatest campaign I've ever, storyline that I've played, because, nowadays all Call of Duties are just kind of the same. Like, oh, you are working for a company, or you're fighting for a company or something, and you they betray you and you have to kill their boss, your old boss. It's just kind of repetitive now, and that's okay. But yeah, um, and that's why I really like the Modern Warfare series, and the the Black Ops series, is because at least I know those were before Advanced Warfare, but at least they kind of have like their own kind of storyline to it. It's just they're both really different in different ways, basically. And yeah, so Advanced Warfare's campaign was just, I don't know, they could have taken it a different way, and in many different ways. But yeah, um what else? So let's just move on to Exo Zombies. I'm gonna kind of go throughout all the categories inside the game. So basically, Exo Zombies, I really actually do enjoy playing it, because it's actually kind of more difficult than regular zombies. And I hate to say that, because I am a big fan of zombies, but when it comes to Advanced Warfare Zombies, it's actually kind of difficult by yourself. And Treyarch Zombies, it was really simple, easy to do by yourself. And you could play by yourself and actually get to high rounds. But for some reason, maybe it's just me, but I can't get to high rounds by myself. Alright, anyways, gonna move on to multiplayer. Sorry, I was thinking about, I don't know. But basically, let's move on to multiplayer, and I have a lot of talk about with multiplayer, so let's get right into it. So, number one, to start it off, the weapon system in this game is just out of this world. It is so bad. And I hate to say it, because I try to keep high hopes for weapons, but they just are so bad. It's either, if you're thinking about just regular weapons, no variants, and I'll get into variants in a second, but if you get into variants, literally the only guns you could probably use and just get a bunch of kills with is the AS1 and BAL. And if you're good with other weapons, congratulations with you. But other people just starting off, literally their only chance would have to be the AS1 and BAL. And it sucks. I liked fucking Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, even COD 4, and Black Ops 2. Their weapon system was even Black Ops 1. Their weapon system was freaking amazing, because you could use just around every single gun. There's a few little shitty guns here and there, but that's to be expected because it's Call of Duty. You can't have all weapons to be the same. And that game's weapons, those games weapon systems were just amazing. You know, you can practically use any gun you want and still get a lot of kills. um Now, in terms of the variants, those can affect the way that you play. You know, if you got the regular bow versus the, let's say the obsidian steed, you know, that adds 1 damage, like 1 accuracy or something like that. I don't know what it adds, but it's just, it's really, you know, yeah, it's really just who has the bigger damage satisfaction. You know, the ASM1 has 11 damage. That's, I'm pretty sure that's the highest damage out of all the guns. Yeah, you know, in terms of just like submachine guns and assault rifles and stuff. Not including shotguns and snipers, because those are gonna have the high damage anyways. But you know, it's just like, the reason why it's so handicapped is because of its range. The range is, I think, like 5. I don't really know the range by heart. I don't know the gun's stats by heart, but you know, it's just, it's really handicapped by the range. And you know, I kind of like that, you know, how they put a handicap in for the game, but then I also don't, because it's not the biggest handicap, because you can still use the shit out of it and be good with it and get a lot of kills. You know, like, what am I going right now? I'm going 49 and 20, and you know, if you minus about like 10 kills off the grenades and the streaks, and that's basically what my kills are. What else? So the variant's kind of frustrating. Now let's get into connection about multiplayer. If you have good connection, you're always going to be dominant, basically. If you're good at the game with, I mean, I can't say if you're good at the game, because really there hasn't been a Call of Duty for about 3 years now. I would have to include Modern Warfare 3 in this a little bit, but not really. I don't know. I'm not going to include Modern Warfare there, because it wasn't that much host orientated. But basically, for the past 2 years, it's depended on who has the walking router on their team and who the walking router is. You know, now it's very debatable now if you have skill or if it's just your walking router, and there's really no way to prove it these days, because it's just like, how are you gonna prove it? It's either, and you can be like, oh, you know, you can have a third-party host, but you know, how much good does that really do for a while? So there's that. And in terms of competitive wise, you don't want that. You really don't. You want to show your actual skill, and I feel like the only way now that you can show your skill in this game, it would be on a LAN, and that's very disappointing to me, because people, you know, can't go to LAN sometimes, and they can only show it online, and when they actually win a match, they're basically just shut down by saying, hey, it's because of connection. And that, you know, it's just, it's not fair, really. I mean, if it really is connection, then, you know, fuck off, dude. But it's just like, if you actually use your skill and not just your connection, then I feel like the person should be credited for it. But there's really no way of telling in this game, and it sucks to say. But really, the multiplayer isn't that bad. It's kind of fun to play. There's not that many streaks compared to Advanced Warfare, really any other, or Advanced Warfare, compared to Black Ops 2, or really any game, because all the games really actually had a good variety of kill streaks / score streaks. In this game, there's, I don't even know, maybe like 12 total, and that's really, I think everyone was actually really disappointed, and I think also everyone was expecting the Paladin to be a little better. I know I was, and you know, it's just like, once you get to the point where you're about to streak, you don't really have anything good on it, because they have like the little attachments for them, and that just kind of like sucks, because I'd rather have a streak that just does one thing than, you know, have one streak that if you put something on, it just adds like 100. And I don't know, it's not difficult to streak in the game, but it definitely makes it more difficult for people who aren't, you know, very gun skilled, I guess you could say. And yeah, so that's about it. I dropped 71 kills in this commentary, and that's basically all I wanted to talk about. And really, guys, post in the comments below on what you think about it. What about the game, your opinion on it, if just your overall opinion. I really appreciate the comments, guys. I appreciate the likes, everything. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe if you can. If you already haven't, all that. Don't forget to share.